Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Six Nations, 5 takeaways from England v Wales as the Red Rose benefit from the visitors' slow start following a 23-19 victory for England over Wales in their Six Nations fixture. Here's a 5 takeaways from the match at Twickenham on Saturday. Lessons as England finally managed to close out the match to beat Wales 23-19. A huge sigh of relief resonated around Twickenham as a game that should have been closed out convincingly kept on going to the final moment as Wales yet again produced an outstanding second half. Despite the attempts of two world-class fly halves to ignite their back division, this was a match of lateral movement by both sets of centres punctuated by powerful drives from the forwards. For England, they won that part of the collision battle convincingly, with Alex Dombrandt, Ellis, Genge and Courtney hammering the Welsh gain line all day to try and commit their outstanding defence. However, the visitors were magnificent in their durability and managed to engineer frustrating width on their defence all afternoon. England, at 17-0 up just after half-time, would have expected to have finished with a better second half points tally, but Wales, fixing their breakdown issues, they conceded 8 penalties in the first half, won the second 19-11, which will concern England greatly. Wales, rather worryingly, found a lot of space down England's right flank, where Josh Adams ran freely for his try and ran convincingly for over 100 in the game. Alex Cuthbert was outstanding too, with 176 metres in the match, and it's a shame that the Welsh midfield and loose forwards couldn't support both of their wingers' excellence. But this was a match where home advantage was crucial in the final analysis, and England should have been out of sight well before the last quarter and will rue their missed opportunity for the bonus point. Subdivisions Eddie Jones' replacement strategy came in for a lot of criticism in round 1 in Murrayfield and again in round 2 in Rome. But today, the contrast between the bench impact of England and that of Wales was marked, as the home side fired and the visitors struggled. Joe Marler, Sam Simmonds and Nick Isiekwe came on after 60 minutes and delivered little cameos after England had struggled in the third quarter, with Marler in particular enjoying a fine 20 minutes, winning a big scrum penalty as he drove Leon Brown back and into the Twickenham turf. He also closed down a promising Welsh move down the blindside wing with a brilliant tap tackle that disrupted a potential 3-on-1 around the fringe of the English defence. But the big impact was Ben Young's, running on with the pride and commitment of a man that's just become his country's most capped player. He hurried and scurried during his time on the field, fixing defenders, probing fringes, and it was his momentum and threat that finally caused Wales to concede 2 penalties, the first time that they've conceded points in the last quarter of the game in this year's Six Nations. The weapon as the old master Dan Biggar shone in red, his opposite number in white glowed even brighter. Winning his third man of the match in 8 test matches, he threatened, jinked and feinted all afternoon and managed to release wave after wave of power running from England's back and front rows. With Henry Slade perhaps trying to play too much rugby in his own half at times, Marcus Smith, cohorted by the late call-up, Elliot Daly, gave England simple pragmatism. The Quins' pivot orchestrated varied points of attack and was always prepared to play flat and challenge the Welsh blitz defence. Daly had one of his more reliable matches in an England shirt, putting in some great touches in attack, punctuated by some welcome robustness in defending the crucial 13 corner. Dombrandt will also be delighted with his shift. His tight game has improved beyond all recognition at test level, and his competition at the breakdown saw him win 2 jackal penalties to add to his opportunistic try. But England's sharpest weapon was again Smith. In a game of fine margins, his option selection, ability to own the scoreboard but also to challenge with ball in hand is setting him apart from any other English player, and yet again, he was the star of the show. Animate for all of Wales' excellence in the second half, their ability to animate their attack and to find methods to score in the first period of each game they play is handicapping their ability to deliver a competitive 80 minutes. In Dublin, they were blown away in the first half, and again, today, Their indiscipline handicapped any form of early grip on the match until they managed to review and reset after the half-time break. There's no obvious reason for their slowness out of the blocks, other than set piece and breakdown in discipline. When preparing for the England match, they would have been fully aware of England's ability to score early, yet once more, they failed to.